Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties, yep. You can hear me? Okay, sweet. Okay, sorry. I just went to put it on and then it paused and I'm like, what is happening? Because I didn't turn my Wi-Fi on, so I had no internet. Silly. Alright, sorry, my bad, guys. I'm just going to open up the first live. So obviously she had that moment. And then this is the first live that she did. So I was listening to this live. Yep, Hale, are you still here? I know, it's all exciting, isn't it? Yay, there he is. Yep, he's back. Alright, I'm going to play this one because this is the one where you can hear her backtracking. So she did that thing and she was like, oh, that's why I didn't read that other one out. Hold up. Where did you go? Where are you? I can't find it. But she did that post yesterday, I think it was, and she was like saying how she didn't get to eat because this happened and that happened. I don't think I actually posted it straight away because I was like worried that she would catch on of who was actually doing the recording. But she was like basically saying that Shiloh didn't get to. Oh, wait on, here we go. Is this it? This could be it. Sorry. How do I go across? Oh, there it is. Okay, let's read it out. So, this is what she said. Let's just reiterate it. So, the fact that there was no desire to try counselling, no desire to actually get his mental health in check, despite me trying to extensively get mine in check. What? The fact that he broke up with his fiancée the day before he went on our first date and hid it from me the first 3 weeks of our relationship. The fact that he was allowed to try and intimidate Mel through his Insta stories, but the second I said, you need to move on, this is ridiculous. Which is kind of wild, because it's not even the same thing, you know what I mean? There's a bit of a difference between, like, if you take, like, a sideways jab at someone, but, like, you just post, like, you know, something cheeky that's not directly towards them, and then sitting there and saying, you know, I hope you get cancer and stuff like that. You know, it's like a totally different thing. The fact that him going to therapy while going through his transition was a promise made and broken the entire time. The fact that I rearranged my whole life to move 45 minutes away from him to be closer to his family. Oh no, 45 minutes. The fact that I had to start over a whole new minimum wage job instead of keeping my PMU studio running because of the distance. The fact that I co-signed for him to get a fucking sports car. The fact that I've been actively trying to pay off debt last year so we could have been in a good spot to buy a house, but he never saw the big picture and resented me for what I wasn't helping with. The fact that I paid to keep the utilities on despite him leaving the lights on every single time he came home from work. For me to wake up to wasting my money. The fact that I was thoroughly supporting his transition and gave him every single shot, but yet he wasn't understanding of the fact that I was being lazy and not cooking or cleaning because I was depressed from lack of attention. Seriously. The fact that this whole breakup took place so quickly because I asked whether or not he bought the bird instead of getting it rehomed to him because I had starved myself for weeks in order to leave food for Shiloh and I. My God. Yeah. And I just couldn't afford to give him much for rent until February, but instead of showing patience, he snapped, got angry, and started the breakup officially. The fact that he said he wanted this for months and yet he never made any effort to go to couples therapy with me or try to communicate honestly about it. The fact that he waited until after my whole family spoiled him for Christmas and I didn't get a damn thing for Christmas, not even a card or candy. The fact that my mental health was literally always thrown back in my face. But the fact that he blames me for the toxicity and says it's my fault and I broke him. I had to laugh because, like, one of the girls was like, ooh, I'm away to Hale's DMs to shoot my shot. And, like, everybody commented the same thing. It makes me laugh. Oh, shit. Anyway, that was that part. Yeah, all about her. So, you're an adult with a kid. What does she mean, lack of attention? Kids are constantly showing attention and wanting attention. Exactly. There's nobody that has lack of attention. She'd hate me. I always leave the lights on. Insert video of Sierra saying, if someone said, after all I've done for you, they're fucked up and the world doesn't owe them anything. Exactly. That psycho is literally grasping at straws. She got nothing on him, bitching about the lights being on, the worst of my problems. Yeah, right, exactly. I love the electric bill. I drive to Spokane every day for work, though. My God. Ooh, you're gonna enjoy it. Okay, so let's play this other one. So that's her first go, and then we knew it would like turn backwards, and then she'd be like, oh, because I think at this point she was mad, and she's trying to blame him. But then I think like that, you know, that part that kicks in, you're like, oh, maybe I'm an asshole. It's not him. And then she thought, I got to backtrack here because if I want him back, I'm going to have to be nice. And the stuff she says on this, like, it fucking makes me laugh because she's like, oh, you know, don't attack him. He's a nice person. Like, no one was going to attack Hale, you fucking nutjob. But anyway, let's get it up here and we'll listen to it. But you can tell she's like backtracking because she's like, oh, maybe he might take me back.
Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that.
Here we go.
Not a lot of people in our community are. A lot of people cut me off after what I did about Mel, and I get it. I did not handle that situation the best. I probably should have brought it as a more rational concept versus an emotional thing, but
it took her 2 years to figure that out.
Appreciate that very much. Right now I'm just kind of trying, I sat Shiloh down and I talked to Shiloh about it, and she's really fucking smart, guys. She's a really smart kid. I told her, you know, Dad and I might not be together anymore, but that doesn't mean that I don't love you, and him leaving is 100% not about you. It is not your fault. It is not Mom's fault. It is just the way that it happened. And she actually ended up telling my parents about it. Like, my mom just called and told me that she had said, I had kind of a rough day. And my mom asked, well, why, Shy? And she said, well, I heard Mommy crying last night because she and Hale aren't together anymore. But that's not my fault, is what she said. And that's just so smart for a 6-year-old to be able to rationalize that sort of concept. So, am I hurt? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Stop with the guilt tripping. That's exactly right. She's bringing up Shiloh because she knows it's Hale's weakness. Like, that's why Hale stuck around for so long. But, like, why, you know, Shiloh, would there be any reason for Shiloh to ever think it's her fault? Like, why would she ever even think that, to say, but it's not my fault? Like, it kind of doesn't make any sense, but...
Am I heartbroken? Yeah, a little. But I am so proud of my kiddo. And I am so proud of the way I've been able to recover today specifically. A couple years ago, I would have probably been like really depressed for several days. And I probably would have been very, very manic for several days. The fact that I'm now starting to feel my heart kind of regulate itself again is a good thing. And my heart rate's not going crazy, so, and he's chilling, so I mean, the fact that he's chilling right now and not worried about my heart rate is a good sign. And now it's just me kind of...
So Hale just said, I can't be in Shiloh's life if I'm not with Court, despite her promising me she would never take her away from me. And that's the shittest thing, like, to try and... Like, Shiloh's never really known anyone. Like, even with the whole Mel stuff, like, I feel like when they were together, Shiloh was so neglected. And I remember, like, Courtney would go on her lives and, like, she would be smoking weed in a room, and then Shiloh would come in, she'd scream at her to get out. She was so horrendous to her on lives. And I mean, that's one thing we haven't seen a heap of, is how nasty she is towards Shiloh on the lives. Like, before, she didn't even try to cover it. And now, you know, we've seen her on lives before with Hale, where she's like, oh, you know, looking at Shiloh's picture and stuff that Shiloh's drawn, and she's pretending to be interested, where we've never seen that before, like, ever seen that before. It was always like, get in your room, do not come out of your room, and she would scream. Like, who remembers that live that she did where she was crying, and then she stopped dead in the middle of the crying and just started screaming at Shiloh, and then went back to the camera and started crying again? Like, dude, oh my God. She should be like, I don't know.
Going through the motions, figuring out how to move forward from this. Obviously, I hope that he decides differently, but you can't make that happen, you know? And so what I'm looking at is I have always shown Shiloh that I don't necessarily need people, and that I can fix things my own, and I can...
Yeah, Michaela Judith said, didn't she scream and at Shiloh to close her door and not to bother her? Yep, she did.
And I can resolve things, and that I can fight to be a better person and be a better mom, and that's what I've shown her since day one. With my first divorce from her dad, that was what I did, was I showed her that it was okay to hit rock bottom and to completely rebuild, and it's an option, and it could be successful. So now I'm just trying to rationalize and apply that to now, right? Because yes, this fucking hurts, and it sucks so fucking bad, guys. Like, to not have my best freaking friend here. I woke up every 2 hours just ugly Kim K crying all night, just turning over and not...
Oh, I bet it was uglier.
Seeing him there is really disassociating and really harrowing. But I also need to recognize that that's my selfish feelings. That's me wanting him here, right? Hey, Lily. And that's not always what's healthiest. Sometimes the space is healthy. And so what I'm hoping is with me giving him that space, hopefully he'll kind of calm down and he'll at least be able to think. What I don't want, though, I do not want, is people messaging him asking what happened. I don't want people going in his DMs and saying, oh, look what Courtney said, or sending him what I've done, what I've said.
Of course she doesn't want people sending that stuff to Hale because, well, she looks like an asshole.
I really, really want to be respectful to him right now and let him have his space. Because, guys, he's not a bad person. He's a really good one, actually. Like, does he have his faults? Yeah, we all do.
Have a crack at it, though. Oh, my God. Like, he's not a bad person, guys. We know that. We've known that from, like, day one when you started dating, that he wasn't a bad person. You, on the other hand, are a cunt.
But in the grand scheme of things, he's a very healthy adult. He holds a job. He pays all of his bills on time. He's pretty smart. He doesn't give himself enough credit for it, but he's pretty smart. And so I don't want people holding this on him. This is a very normal thing. No, breakups are normal. And I think with the whole Mel thing, that was something different. That was, he really did something bad and he needed to be outed and exposed for that. But there's nothing that really needs to be exposed about Hale. A lot of it is just differences, right? That's why some of your friends have different strengths and weaknesses.
This is about to go from like 0 to 1,000 real quick when we go to the other live that she did, but it just makes me laugh because she's so concerned about people sending Hale like screenshots and saying like you're a bad person or whatever, when she should be concerned about like the amount of like virtual panties that are going to be thrown in Hale's direction over the next couple of days, or like the nudes and stuff. Like, what are you worried about what he's going to say? Oh my God.
Same thing. He has different strengths and weaknesses than I do. So for me, I'm very communicative. I want to talk right then and there. I want to figure it out. He wants to kind of let it sit and like think about it on his own. So please, please, please be respectful of...
You got time, Michaela. There's another 12 minutes of her like kissing Hale's ass before she goes to talking about what a shit cunt he is, which we know he's not, obviously, but 12 minutes.
him right now and let him have his time. Let him chill, relax. He needs that. The stress of what's been going on at home with the rent and all of that, and what I've been doing to kind of set us up for success was kind of not paying rent and paying off credit stuff. And he knew about this. We agreed to this. but I don't think that he realized how much stress it was going to cause. And I think that he just didn't know how to.
This is the one I got yesterday, Hale, that I was talking about. And I was like, oh, I'm a bit worried when he does see this, he's going to be like, oh, she's not that bad. But luckily, you waited like 10 minutes in between this live and the other live. I mean, I actually thought she would do the ass kissing for a lot longer than what she did. And I feel like she's going to go back to this. It's going to be stories of like the same as before. I was so ungrateful. You did all these things. You worked for me. I'm sorry. Like, take me back. And then when you say no, she's going to start, I don't know, it's going to be bad. Like, clothes in the bath with bleach. It's going to be like, think of the worst things people could do to you. I feel like she's going to drive past your house every day, because we've seen that before with her favourite songs blaring. Yeah, you're going to need like cameras and stuff out the front of your house. Like, I swear to God.
Ask me for help.
Yes, Danny, she will.
Beneficial. So that is not on him. He's not a bad person. Did it suck the way that he went about it? Yeah, he probably could have done it a little bit better. He probably could have handled the conversation a little bit better, but that does not mean that he's a bad person at all. He is a really good person, and he's been through a lot in his life, and he deserves to just have some peace. So all I ask is that you guys don't message him, that you don't ask him about me. Please leave me and Shiloh out of it. You're more than welcome to talk to him about his transition and all of that, but please just leave us out of it. I just don't want to cause any more stress on his end.
So again, she didn't say anything about sending him nudes or anything, guys. So I mean, I guess that's not off limits. Yeah.
And reality is right now
No, I got to stop encouraging that. I'm sorry.
Kind of both got to focus on ourselves. And I need to really focus on myself and start really lining up some things just in the off chance things, stay the same as they are. You can only hope that things will resolve and get better, but that's not something that's guaranteed.
I'm just laughing at these comments. Danny, I've got rent money and I like birds.
So I am very much so trying to rationalize the fact that this might be the end. And
Hale, it was never going to be civil. This is a show. Like, this is all an act. And this is never going to last. You know this will not last. We have seen this unfold many, many, many times.
if it is, I have to be okay with that, and I have to be okay moving forward from this. So please let him have his time to relax. I will answer as many questions as you guys want. I mean, as much as I can. If it gets a little borderline inappropriate to answer, I'll explain that I don't feel I have the right to speak on it. But sometimes, yeah, me answering questions or me talking about it with people does help me process a little bit better. And I'm 100% willing to hear any feedback that people have about it. Obviously, like, I am in the mode of getting to be a better person, right? And I've improved myself a lot over the last 5 years. I was not a healthy person when me and Terry were together. So for me to be handling a divorce this well now, I think it says a lot. And I'm proud of myself, but I'm also proud of the progress that I've made. So if you guys have any questions, I'll answer them. But I'm so happy to hear that this is a healthier breakup than now. Absolutely. I mean, that's the reality of it, guys. Were me and Hale at times toxic to each other? Yeah. Yeah, we made toxic decisions. We said shit that we didn't mean. But is he a toxic person? No. Mel was a very toxic person. He was abusive. He was verbally abusive. He would scream at me. He would hit me. Hale
Can someone get a bucket of ice for April?
has not raised his voice at me once. He has not lifted a finger at me once. So to put them in the same category would be absolutely disgusting and, just off the wall crazy at that point. They are so far from different, and I really want to stress that. Because they are. And sometimes, who knows, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe. as of right now, though, I'm just trying to kind of work on myself. And I think the last time I went through something like this, you guys saw me go a whole year without dating anybody. From 2017 or 2016 to 2017.
My husband and I aren't that serious.
I really didn't see anybody. I wasn't looking at anybody, wasn't trying to meet anyone. I was really focused on myself, and that's when I made all those Labelle bonuses with Thrive. So I thrive in an environment where I'm forced to kind of step out of my comfort zone and really handle shit, and that's what I'm trying to do now. But I will answer questions if you guys want to know. So if you have any, speak now or forever hold your peace. Other than that, there's not really much else I can say except for that's kind of the reality that happened was the last 2 days. And I know you can see how it affected me.
She's pointing at her puffy eyes.
I switched my shift tomorrow so I don't have to open, so I can sleep and ice my face so that I don't look like this tomorrow when I'm greeting my lovely clients at Post Falls. So,
I'm actually feeling like maybe last night this might have been a good thing to send to Hale so that he knew that she wouldn't be at work today. And then there might have been a situation avoided, but I didn't know that was obviously going to happen.
Does it suck? Yeah. Yeah, I'm really, really heartbroken. I'm really
crazy thoughts.
I really am. Am I in the same position I was last night where I was literally ready to yeet myself off I-90? No. Last night, yeah. I 100% wanted to drive my car off the interstate. Was I going to? No, because I have Shiloh. But, yeah, I felt really, really low.
Sorry, Hale.
And that's why I share these things with you guys. I don't think people really realize... some people may share it for attention. I don't share it for attention. I share it to show that people that are even in the happiest moments of their life, seemingly, can also still feel this low. And you can still...
I'm going to point out as well, because someone said this before, and we've talked about it so many times. Courtney, she's on this live. It's a dramatic-ass live, you know. They all have lots of followers that, you know, since it's drama stuff, they're like, yeah, let's check it out, you know. And she's got 18 followers on this live. 18 followers after a breakup. Like, please. And I know that it sounds like, I don't know. If you look on her file, like on her profile, and you look at the followers, you'll actually see the majority of them are bought followers. So back in the day, you go to those follow for follow pages. I use them when I want to get my followers up so that I can stalk an Instamum without them knowing that it's a fake account, all right? And you can see she's gone to those follow for follow pages because some of the follow for follow pages, she's still following them. So you're like, it's called, you know, it might be Instagram followers, and you click on that, and then you follow them, and then you follow all of their followers, and then everyone that comes to the page will follow those followers, and you get a heap of followers, and then you go back and you delete the ones that you followed. And that's what they used to always do. And I know this because even Christian, because Holly, she wanted to be Insta famous, and Christian said that she would sit there and she would follow people all night long just to try and get her followers up, and then she'd go back through and like delete them. And you can tell this is what Courtney's done, because when you go into that follower list and you look at all the people that are following her, a lot of the time they're like, you can tell because they have like, you know, Arabic writing on them or whatever, or there's no posts and there's like, they're following a heap of people but no one's following them back, or like there's no content. So if you go back to like the start of her profile, and you'll see that those accounts have been inactive for years. They're just those bought followers that they used to have. I went back through her page ages ago and I found a ton of them. So that's probably why she only has those 18 followers there. Like, I mean, you got 14k followers and you got 18 people watching a live. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But that is why. So if you go back, and you'll see even on her photos, not many, she doesn't get that many likes compared to how many followers she actually has. And that's the reason why. I actually found quite a few in like Juliana's followers as well, so she obviously did at some point. But I mean, she's admitted to it because she said she goes through and like follows a heap of people in hopes that she's going to get like new customers. And the more followers you have, the more interesting you seem. And I mean, let's face it, like Courtney out of all of them should probably have the most followers, because she has probably been one of the biggest train wrecks. Like, she's had the most issues going on, you know. I mean, drama wise, Juliana's probably taken over that now, but, oh my God, she's live. Please record it. We need to see it. Yeah, you can't miss that. Oh, do you have enough phones? Damn it, I need to know what she says. Oh, here we go. What I'll do, what if I don't have enough memory to screen record. If someone wants to screen record this so that Abby can go off to the other one maybe? I don't know. But, oh, God damn it. Someone needs to record it. It's like, I don't want to watch her again. Please. All right, let's play the rest of this so we can go back to the next crazy bit. I don't know which one's going to be more crazy. We need to know.
You'll feel this low, and then the next day feel totally fine. And mental health is messy, and it is unpredictable. And I try to show that, and that it's real, and it's raw, and it happens. And if it happens, don't feel embarrassed about it. Don't feel shameful or guilty for it, because you need to process things the way you need to process things. And if you have to cry it out and be mad and scream and punch pillows, do that. Do that. And then call me and tell me about it. And show me you punching your pillow, and I'll celebrate you. But you got to take care of yourself in the best ways possible. And
No, she's not public anymore.
Some of that sometimes means having really messy breakdowns and then getting better. And I'm sorry I have like a squeak in my throat right now, but yeah, it's not fun. It sucks. It's horrible. I hate it. But is it going to be the end of my life? Absolutely not. I've still got a long life to live, and yeah, it sucks it didn't go the way that I planned, but you can't really plan for life. Have a good night. Yeah, I just really wanted to come on here and kind of stress that number one, he's not an unhealthy person, so please don't blame him, and please don't go and harass him or ask him questions. He needs time. He needs space. He needs time to heal.
Imagine thinking that anyone is going to believe that Hale's a bad person here and that we shouldn't go and harass him. Like, no one's harassing Hale in a bad way anyways.
And he's not used to crazy followers, okay? He is not used to having this many followers. He's used to being a very private person, and I'm just asking that you guys respect that. However, if you want to talk to me and you want to ask me questions, I'm 100% available to ask.
So in other words, what she's saying is, don't ask Hale. Ask her, because she can control the situation and give you the story that she sees fit.
Over the next few days, I'm going to be pretty busy, and I know I've been pretty offline lately, with the exception of my stories. I'm going to start posting kind of regularly again here, but yeah, life is not always great. It's not always pretty. Sometimes it's really messy, and I just don't want people thinking that like that never happens to people. Like, you guys.
So Sam just said that on her live right now, she said she doesn't get cuddles anymore.
You know how many influencers probably have the same things going on, but they just don't talk about it.